everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Ideally, though.
Ideally, though.
I'm your host, Erika, and with me is my hubby, my bestie, my brother, this boy.
Yeah, what up?
Thank you guys for rocking with us another week.
Yes.
So blessed to see another week.
Yes.
There's people who didn't make it.
Yeah, that is true. That's true. Shouts out to them wherever they may be, right?
Shouts out. Hell, heaven, purgatory, wherever you may be. No, I just came back from vacation, and I'm always scared when I have to fly. So I'm always like, this could be it.
Well,
this could be my last.
I mean, lately we've had a few air accidents, in the news, so it's a bit of paranoia that can creep, I'm sure, for sure.
I think I've always seen myself dying in a plane crash.
Jesus Christ, that's dark.
I'm just saying, I don't know what that's how scared I'd be, but I'm like, I'm traveling, I gotta get from point A to point B.
Fair. That's fair, but that is so particular. And really, you know what, though? You've always said, heights in, planes ain't your jam.
It's not. I've even had dreams, where I'm like, I woke up, I'm like, that felt real, and that was close.
How did you feel about, Final Destination movie, the first one then?
Man, me and my mom would watch it, and I was just like, you gotta really believe in your sixth sense and your intuition, because that bitch gonna lead you to the promised land. Because a lot of us be like, oh, it's just whatever, it's whatever. But if you actually listen to it, and then all of a sudden you stay behind, and then you see your plane blow up, you like, I'm psychic, and I'm never gonna not listen to
to my gut, bro.
That little voice in my head.
Yeah,
I don't even like watching Final Destination movies. The first one's the best, and that was the scariest ass shit.
Okay, I'll say this. I love the first one. The second one is my favorite only because that one developed a phobia for me. So I respect it so much because that log, bro, that bounces off the truck trailer. Yikes, man.
I love the Final Destination. I think I got to number 3 and I was like, I'm good. I don't know. I think they made 4 or 5 or something. 5. Yeah, I don't think if I went that far. I don't believe.
I did. The rest of them are all pretty fucking terrible. They tried to make them all interconnect in one way, shape, or form.
Yeah.
It's not great. But what I will say is I'm very fortunate, and I'm sure the rest of the family is very fortunate that you didn't have a Final Destination moment.
Well, listen, I'm recording now, so if something ever happened, I'm psychic.
Word, for real though, yeah.
Yeah, so I had a really great time, and I'll probably talk about this next week, but I just really enjoyed Mexico.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's nice to have a little girls trip.
Yeah, you and Thugs definitely deserve that.
Yeah,
definitely
you want to go on vacation with like-minded people who got money, people who got sense, people who are not going to switch up the plans.
Yeah, or
positivity all around.
Make it weird or anything like that.
Yeah, I mean, I've heard so many horror stories about girls' trips and things like that. People being broke, people having attitudes.
Yeah.
That's why with me, I'm already in a group of my own, by myself.
Mm-hmm.
So if I was on vacation, I only want a vacation with people I've actually spent the night with. I know. I don't want no bitch messing up my trip because you know how particular I am about my coin.
Oh man.
And I'm not wasting no money. I will fuck y'all and go have a good time over here because I can do that.
Yeah.
Not a lot of people can, but we had such a good time, and I'm gonna just break that down, next week. But what was crazy about being in Mexico is that I was missing so much of the Drake and Kendrick Lamar beef. Before I left, he dropped once, and then it was this explosion for 3 days straight while I was on vacation. He knew a bitch was gonna be on vacation.
Your vacation hindered you in so many ways when it comes to that beef. And with me, I had a week of pure hip hop hangover bliss. I was loving every minute, second of it, freaking out, absolutely freaking out in the middle of the night, hitting up the buddies, and we're online talking about it. It was crazy pandemonium type shit. Yeah.
Okay, so with this beef, there are the older folks that feel like, why are you beefing? And there's 2 black men who shouldn't be beefing. This doesn't look good for the culture. It's a distraction.
Yeah.
Honestly, with the beef, it's a double-edged sword to me.
Okay.
Do I want 2 successful black men in their prime to be beefing when we can collab and make it great that way? I don't want them beefing. But on the other end, it brought out the best and the worst on both ends. So Kendrick got Drake to finally rap, like actually put something that was like sustainable on wax. Like it wasn't like the I know you know that I wanna know that you think she knows. You know, it wasn't like that. It was like he was actually saying something. It was Family Matters is when I was really like, yo, okay, this nigga's rapping. And then with Drake, he brung Kendrick Lamar outside. He was finally like not in the shadows, and he came and did some work and tried to, and showed him that I ain't no pussy ass nigga.
May yeah. I guess
Mm-hmm.
I guess you're right when you're saying he's bringing him outside because although this beef has been long standing for over a decade since the Kendrick Control verse, uh, what really brought him outside was the first person shooter stuff. I mean, referenced in I want to say Family Matters. It's either 6 a.m. in LA, one of those. I can't remember which one. It's so much music.
Yeah, it was a lot.
But um, having said that, first person shooter, the big three, talk and all that conversation over the last month, this week has brought in some real powerful hip hop and real interesting opinions. Now, I can kind of see the point of like not. I see the point of rather like not wanting like certain black men to be, in their prime and beefing and doing some real craziness. When it comes to like
Talk about kids and
talking about
families
shit,
and stuff.
right?
Yeah.
I can see that. I don't agree with it. And the only reason why I say I don't agree with it, and I'm not saying I don't agree with you, I think I'm speaking more or less like the Questloves and shit out there.
Yeah,
Right?
I'm just like, oh god, here come these old heads like acting like they didn't beef
Like
in the
saying
90s.
like hip hop is dead and shit, and like
I was like, are you kidding me?
Yo, relax.
It's getting revived
yeah, it's been revived. There's never been such a huge. We haven't had. We're coming out of a lull from like mumble rap and shitty drill and all these other rappers dying and all these other ways. We're coming out of a lull right now.
And you know what though? It's kind of weird when you get the Questloves and things like that because you guys were really like beefing and people were dying and people were getting killed. So far, it's just really been us going back and forth. Now I don't know if there's any connection with Kendrick and Drake because of the whole Drake security guard thing.
That's not a connection at all.
But I was thinking it was. But I'm like, how does these old heads talking shit when they were literally like motherfuckers dying in the 90s?
You can't be this. I mean, you can be. I allow room for growth there, but like you can't state this and also be on live with Jay-Z playing the drums when he's rapping the Takeover, the Nas diss.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. You
exactly.
can't. You have to understand where rap beef comes from, what it is as a whole, what it means to the rap culture, what it means to hip hop and black culture as a whole.
And I like that you bring that up because that's almost 1-to-1. Jay-Z versus Nas and Kendrick versus Drake.
Yes.
So there's some bias there, like like that never happened.
And I'm on the side of Nas completely Ether J. Like that's it.
Yeah, that's
I'm
how
on that side of things.
Became a Nas fan.
And I feel like that's the thing that made Jay-Z become the billionaire he is today. If it wasn't for Nas, Jay-Z would not be Jay-Z.
Because he said, "Okay, I'm not doing rap like that no more. I want to work.
Exactly my point. Live your truth, type shit."
Yeah.
And this is kind of 1-to-1, as you said, that wherein there's so much more as far as like cultural equity that's like the real up at the real forefront. Besides the kid allegations and the pedo allegations and also shit, it's cultural equity. And what you've done to the culture that black people built in a land you're not from. You know what I mean? And how you've become this thing that you truly aren't on the inside. I see right through you.
I said, damn, you doing kind of what Rick Ross did. He called you a white boy and then you just
went the eloquent route. You know what I mean?
Oh. He just further. I don't like you saying nigga, it's crazy.
Oh, taking that card away from him is crazy. I love that. Now, my question to you is did you think now in retrospect, this is all in hindsight, right? We're past all this now, unless there's some more responses coming, right?
Oh shit.
In hindsight, did you think that Kendrick and Drake would go down this, I want to say, volatile route, do you think that it was going to be based off T as it may be, or was it just going to be a rapidy rap type of deal?
Honestly, I thought it was just rap. And then somewhere down the road, I don't know where it happened, Euphoria maybe. I think that's one of the first shots. I don't remember. But I feel like Kendrick started it. And then we was like, damn, we talking about missing kids.
Yeah.
And your daddy should have, wore a condom. And I was like, damn, okay, I guess we're going down this. I didn't think it was going to go, because I didn't think Kendrick was that petty. But I think this battle brought out the pettiness, and he wanted to show I'm versatile, and I'll go for the fucking jugular.
Yes.
Now,
so it starts with what Drake ended up bringing up on Push-Ups Give Me 50. He brought up Whitney's name.
Yeah.
Which the answer to that was Euphoria and Kendrick saying about the don't tell lies on me and I won't tell truths about you.
Yeah.
And if you're gonna go that route, you know what I mean, I will too. That's something you don't want to do. You know what I mean? That like those warning shots there led to the pettiness that we ended up getting.
Think that you had to catch it with Drake.
Yes.
So then Kendrick just made it be known. Now you're gonna actually see there's no reading in between the lines.
Yes.
I'm talking about your son. I'm talking about what kind of women you like. I'm talking about you calling me a slave. Meet
the Grams is one of the greatest rap beef songs to have ever been put to wax, and I'm so glad that we are in a timeline where I got to experience this song.
What's so crazy about that? He puts out Family Matters, Drake, which I was like, bro, finally, because I was like, I'm not really feeling it. I'm not really feeling it. And Family Matters came out. I was like, yes, Drake, this is what I've been waiting on. Because I know popular opinions that everybody's going to do Drake because I've told you this before. He's the algorithm king. So everybody's like, I see Drake more. Visually, I see him more. So I'm rocking with Drake.
Yeah.
Because Kendrick is like kind of like hibernating like a bear. And when he comes out, he's mauling you.
Yeah.
But it's not enough for a lot of people. We're in a time where people need to see you more or they'll forget it. It's like, what is that saying?
What's saying?
It's the out of sight, out of mind. Yeah. So that's the thing about it. People tend to forget how Kendrick can get because he only comes out when he feels like it.
Yeah.
Family Matters came out. I was like, hell yeah, Drake. That's what the fuck I'm talking about. Rap with your fucking nuts. And then 30 minutes later, Meet the Gram. I said, what the fuck is going on? Who the fuck is the mole?
43 minutes later, I believe, to be exact.
Who's the mole? Because this nigga said Meet the Gram
or Family Matters.
Family Matters on Meet the Gram. I was like, what the fuck? How the hell did this happen? Who told? I'll be pissed. If I was in Drake's camp, if I was Drake, I'd be like, I'm going to have to switch all you niggas out because what the hell's going on?
Him addressing the family after a song called Family Matters is one of the greatest psychological moments in warfare. You know what I mean?
Oh my God.
To then say, there's so many hints. This is the thing. A bit of Drake, not a bit. Drake asked for this. I believe it was on Push-Ups Give Me 50. Nah, you gotta come outside. The asking for the double quadruple entendres and poking fun at that. You are poking fun at a man's legitimate skill. This is the reason why I say legitimate. I'm choosing my words wisely. Because no one writes his raps.
Yeah, he ain't got no ghostwriters.
He has no ghostwriters. And we could all tell from that RDC World skit when them ghosts was sitting there on the couch. This nigga, and we know Drake has ghostwriters, right? You can't rag on the man's skill set there when you aren't on that same level. Aren't on that same level. There's so much about what Kendrick has said and put in between when it comes to those triple and quadruple entendres that Drake asked for, where he's saying I like the song back to back and I'm gonna get back to that, and he drops 2 songs back to back.
Yeah,
as the answer to that. He's putting things physically in the world you still can't touch.
And you know what? We were waiting weeks for and I said, you know what he had to do? That fool had to take a history class because he was going to give us several songs and he wanted to be accurate.
Yes.
He wanted to give nothing but what his facts, his truths. And I was like, that's why we waited so long, because that fool wasn't coming out with one song.
No.
That fool was coming out with 4.
That man heard first person shooter, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then he was like, all right, cool, I'm gonna go ahead and do like that thing and chill out on it or whatever. And then it started to rise and people started to get hot. And he figured that might get underneath Drake's nose. And that man locked himself in a closet so goddamn
with the lights off.
With the lights off.
Hoodie on.
Yes.
Ninja style. We know niggas like that. Ninja style. And he said, no, I gotta get into my box. And I'm gonna kill this nigga.
And I want to ask you something. This was really interesting to me, and I kind of actually do agree. Which is going to be surprising to you, I feel like. This beef was compared to Michael Jackson and Prince. Prince being Kendrick, Michael Jackson being Drake, and I absolutely agree.
Okay, so if we're comparing, I can see why people say Michael Jackson, because Drake is popular. He makes the white boys and white girls dance. He's known all over, right? People in Poland might not know Kendrick Lamar.
True. That's valid.
But with Prince, he's a little bit more authentic. Michael Jackson was too, but like Prince was like he never used anybody else's like beats or nothing.
He did everything.
He wrote his own music. He used his own instruments.
It was the He was the true embodiment of his work, and I feel
art,
that like Kendrick is the same, and it is honestly, in my opinion, 1-to-1 the same exact beef, which makes me believe, in all honesty, if it really came down to like Prince and MJ, really just if. This is a scenario.
Prince don't dance.
Doesn't matter.
I'm just trying to think of some.
This is the scenario, okay? Everybody, Drake, Kendrick, MJ, Prince, they all are in the room at a table. There's a piece of paper and a pencil in front of them, and they each have to just write a song.
Honestly, Michael Jackson and Drake are gonna fail on that because he's not versatile.
No, I didn't say hit. Right? I didn't say it's a song.
It's a song, but how popular it's gonna be, I don't know if Drake. I don't know.
It's
life. When you think about that's gonna stand the test of time.
Yes, that's the thing.
Yeah,
that's the thing. I mean, because everybody has a hit. You have one-hit wonders.
Michael Jackson is the king of pop.
Exactly.
We know a lot. I know way more Michael Jackson songs than I know Prince. That's for a fact.
Right, but then you look at the basis of the popularity, and then how rabid the fans of Prince are. It's the same parallel between you got Drake, who is in everybody's face, as you said.
Yeah.
But when Kendrick steps out, his fan base lets everybody know. You see me get. Yeah, I light up like it's Christmas.
No, you're right, because it's straight hits. There has been several albums that Drake's put out, and I've been like, this is flop to me. But Kendrick come out, he's very strategic about it. And I'm like, it's a bop.
Who remembers Blood on the Dance Floor from Michael Jackson? Not a lot of people, unless you're a super fan.
Yeah.
Unless you're a super fan. And that's the one album that didn't really work out. I just said it because only super fans are really going to understand that, that album was and it came after, like, you can't really come up after Scream with that. Like, you know what I'm saying?
But Drake has several albums. I was like, nah.
Certified Lover Boy, womp.
Yeah, I'm tired of the whiny ass shit.
Yeah, the little dance hall thingy album he did or whatever the fuck.
It is kind of like they're definitely night and day.
It is.
Like light skin, dark skin, a savage rapper, a kind of a singing song nigga, rapper. It is totally different. So I was kind of like shocked at Drake. I have to give him his props for even, I don't know if it was him, or the liquor made him do it, but he wasn't scared to go to Drake and say, okay, come on, let's battle.
On the respect factor, I respect Drake. Yeah, he's never stepped away from a fade. I respect Drake on that one. I respect Drake on that one.
It was a little far-fetched.
Would I say he was prepared?
Absolutely not.
Absolutely fucking not.
I think he was prepared for the first 2 songs. I think when he first came out, but as the time went on, I was like, I love Family Matters. I said, okay, this nigga, I hope he wrote this himself. If he didn't, oh well.
I think Drake put his eggs in all
that
basket.
Yep.
And it was too shallow. It was way too shallow. Again, see, this is the thing.
I think he think it was going to go a longer round, so that's why I think he did that, or he thought it was a mic drop.
There was nobody on that album other than Kendrick you should have been addressing. Nobody else on that album the world considers in the big three. Mm-hmm. We already think of J. Cole in a different manner because he took his stuff out of the game. Smart, now that we know in hindsight.
Now that fool on the beach taking pictures of people.
Exactly, right? Mm-hmm. But you should have used your time and that beat and your rhymes wisely on the Family Matters album on K-Dot. That should have been it. When you start penny pinching and going at the other people who genuinely don't matter in this beef. They can poke fun at you all day. You can crush them with your wallet, it seems in your head, right? Yeah. At least from his lyrics and shit. We now know that he might have some money problems. But other than that, like, they're not even on your level. None of the culture sees them on your level. Address the nigga addressing you.
A part of me felt like Drake was a little bit, he didn't take it as serious because he thought if I post on Instagram, if I post a little caption, I can just win them over, or even the ones who are maybe in the middle, I can win them over with just my visual, with just being there, just making a music video or just posting on Instagram.
This is his typical game. It's the same game plan that he ran on Meek and tried to do the same thing with Pusha T.
Yeah,
it's the same thing. He's trying to do that same game plan now. The thing is, though, with Meek it worked. With Meek, it worked. He shut Meek down.
Yeah. Well,
Meek has honestly, I truly believe, has never been like I will never financially recover from this.
Yeah, he never recovered. Yeah, it's kind of like the 50 Cent Ja Rule beef.
Yes,
because 50 Cent's so petty and he got all the time in the world somehow.
Yes,
he slaughtered Ja Rule, and I feel like that fool never recovered. Same thing with Meek Mill.
Exactly.
Pusha T, I was like, do you want to do this again? Because it was so similar to me. Pusha T and Kendrick, in a sense, were similar. And I was like, you want to do this
with
again?
With Pusha T, he did the same thing and had to bow out because the story of Adidon. Come on, dog.
Yeah, it was like, damn.
That was it. That was the knockout punch. We knew he was out.
When he listened, I bet his mouth dropped. He was like, this bitch.
He had to come out with hit after hit after hit after that. Like, we had to come out with hit
so that we could
to gain favor again.
Yeah, so he can,
Cool, we forgive it, and the little man is adorable. Cool, we forgive it, sir. But now you do the same game plan on a person, mind you, who over your public beefs, he hasn't been in one. But what he has done is just sat back and studied you the entire time.
That fool really like
the entire time he did that. He just sat back and took notes and watched your movements. And all four of them goddamn records, he told you about every single move you were going to make, and you did them in order. It's like
you played into his hand.
Yeah, exactly.
And this is the thing too. I think Drake underestimated Kendrick, like, because there was just stuff out there like, oh, Kendrick didn't. When the song started coming out, they're like, oh, Kendrick's slow. Kendrick, I don't really like that, because people do favor Drake and they want to dance. So you get younger people who not really trying to listen. They want to dance to it no matter what. So Drake was like, I'm gonna win this regardless because I'm gonna put a little bop to it. He put all his eggs in this basket with Family Matters, and then Kendrick comes out with Not Like Us. I said, niggas is crip walking. Are you Then I got off because I had not listened to it. I got off my plane. You were playing it. I said, what the fuck is this?
Yeah.
And it was Kendrick. I said, this nigga won.
Yeah.
He give you slow, he give you articulate, he give you facts, and then he give you a fucking bop at the end. You're done.
Can I tell you? And also, the bop came with a history lesson.
It sure did. You want to call me a slave? Let me break it down. Let me talk about Atlanta. Let me tell you, you call me a slave.
Right.
I said, whoa.
The fact that he was able to do all these different ranges of music in such a short amount of time, wherein it wasn't just an answer back directly to Drake. It was to Drake's audience.
Yeah.
It was to anybody who was a Kendrick hater. It was anybody who was like, no, I don't believe he's got it because he doesn't drop enough for me. You know what I mean? Those Kendrick fans who do waver when it's like, oh, it's been a while. Where is he at?
Well, anybody only dropping 2 albums in 1 year. That's too much. It's just like Chris Brown. We get 30, 45 songs in one album.
But this is why we understand now that Kendrick doesn't need to.
He doesn't.
We now know.
He just proven himself.
We see the stats already of number one on all these different things in 40 different countries and shit, right? We see the stats and shit. We see when he steps out, he always wins something. The songs are fire, and then he goes back and he lives his life.
Yeah, and that gives him a little bit more of a longevity.
Exactly.
Because again, like you said, he's in the shadows. He's writing down
the
stuff.
mystique.
Yeah, and it's gonna always be a bop. He's gonna break records and stuff. Instead, we get Drake that yes, he's in our face. He's that certified lover boy. He's gambling. You see him on Instagram all day, but then the albums have been a flop.
When you have wear and tear on you constantly, you start to lack the creativity.
Yeah, absolutely.
And if I'm not, I did mention this a few times in a couple podcasts ago that everything about Drake's touring schedule has always seemed weird to a lot of people.
Like,
why are you constantly on tour? Why are you never at home?
Oh, yeah.
Why are you doing all the things that Kendrick has addressed, right? Mm-hmm. Because of the money problems. What kind of contract do you got?
I kind of wonder that about Chris Brown too.
Exactly. Like, I was about to say
that
too.
You have like 25 albums in like 2 years.
Yes.
It's like, and you're always touring. And what kind of shitty contract do you have?
And lately, all these albums have 30 to 40 different songs on them. Are you playing the streaming game? Are you putting a big collection so it could be its own playlist, or it could be put in? Like, what are you doing, and why do you have to do
That's another kind of hit to Drake's ego, because he had broke records with the Spotify streaming, and then here come Kendrick with Not Like Us, breaks the record for daily stream, like 10.9 million versus your 6.5.
Yeah,
that's a little
and it's number one in Toronto.
Damn.
It's number one on Apple's list now. It's number one.
And I bet you it is in Boston too.
The screenshot I saw was Not Like Us, and then right underneath it is Family Matters. That hurts. You don't have your own home now, bro. You don't have your own home now because of the fact that these things have come out about you. It's really interesting to watch Drake lose at his own game.
You asked for it. You were poking the bear that was in hibernation, not really bothering you.
Very much so.
I'm not gonna fuck with you like that.
Very much so. It's been it's been very compelling to watch, and I have gotten the chance to think about things differently on different albums now, and listening to different people's records and things. Like when Rick Ross stated that, he's got more money than you. I initially thought that he was saying Drake would say that to him. But now it's got me thinking, Rick Ross honestly does have more money than you. And you shouldn't be talking to me like this, white boy.
Oh, my God. Now, question. Do you think that this is the end? Do we think that... Because when he came up with the Heartbreak...
Or the part 6.
I felt like he was bowing out and he was doing too much over talking about this pedophile shit.
Yeah.
Do we feel like Kendrick needs to respond because whoever's response last may get the last little word? Or do you feel like he mic dropped on Not Like Us and he doesn't need to respond?
Giving that some thought here for a second, I would say that, you know what? I don't think it's done. I don't think it's resolved. I think it's going to go quiet right now up until we get Kendrick's album.
When are we supposed to get Kendrick's album?
What the word on the street at this point is it could be anywhere between the end of this month and June.
So we're supposed to get another one this year.
Like
that's what I thought I heard, but then I didn't know if it was getting pushed or anything.
It might be a bunch of the producers that have actual beef with Drake on it. We might get Metro. DJ Mustard has actually signed on, I believe, already.
Well, he got on Not Like Us. I said Mustard on the beat.
It's a killer. Ooh. It's a killer. Legendary. Fucking legendary.
I said when I heard that, I said it's game motherfucker over.
Kendrick don't rap on these types of beats.
He don't. He's a little bit more like a little.
He walked himself up the entire Bay Area for each and different flow and cadence.
I was crip walking when I was listening to it.
To get dog walk like that is embarrassing.
You still gonna have people, Drake fans, talking about no, he won. I don't know how.
Oh, I watched the Joe Budden podcast, and when I tell you, everybody on there was dancing except for Ish.
He a hater,
mad big hater,
looking like a stalker at a damn concert. Like, man, no, I'm not going. I'm
sitting
not
down and watching everybody else dance.
Yeah,
and shit.
Like a fucking hater,
psychopath.
No, I'm not gonna do it because I love Drake.
I mean, I don't even feel like he really did truly give Kendrick all his just due here. He genuinely thinks Drake out-rapped him.
How?
There is no fucking way.
Not
for a man who says he loves words, that was incredibly arrogant of you.
I'm not gonna take it away from Drake. Drake did rap. Drake gave us what we needed from him for multiple albums that we.
Drake was outside. Drake was outside.
He did his thing, but did you out rap Kendrick? I'm not gonna let. I do not believe that. No one can tell me otherwise.
No,
there's no way.
There's so much more process that comes to that. That's why I say that like Kendrick is one of those artists that's up there with like Lupe and Black Thought, and for me in particular, where like the album is a piece, or the song I'm making is a piece in itself, from the artwork to like the lyric to the beat choice, from the producer on it to what I'm saying.
Well, and that's why I don't understand why people are like, Kendrick takes so long. He just had his album came out last year. Like, how many of you guys
2 years ago?
Oh, to me that wasn't that long ago.
Because it's still getting played.
It's still getting played with me. When I would work out, that's all I would listen to. So I don't feel like 2 years is a good enough time.
Yeah.
I don't need to put out 2 albums a year. It's too much.
No, you don't. And now that we know that, oh no, that's that type of nigga you don't fuck with. He is now certified boogeyman, as he called himself.
Oh, man,
he's earned that title. He's earned the title. That nigga's a boogeyman. He's up there, like I said, with like Lupe Fiasco's a fucking boogeyman. So a lot of people don't want to rap with that nigga. A lot of people don't want. Now that I've seen Kendrick go at it, I don't even know. That would be my top battle rap. Would be Kendrick and Lupe.
Oh yeah, dude. Like he's strategic. He got, like I said before multiple times, hibernate, and he gonna come back with a bop.
Man, it's just there's so much more, and it's deeper than most ever care to think about. And that's why Kendrick is the star he is. As a product manager at my job, you got to care about the product you're supplying to people, because they're gonna use it. That time that they're wasting on the thing that you made or I'm making, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
is valuable.
That's what I feel like. He was in the dark. He had his mic, and that's the first couple of songs.
Yes,
Kendrick had a hoodie on. He was in the dark. He was rapping, especially on I think it was it Euphoria, where he was talking to everybody.
Oh no, that was everybody. What do you mean? The family?
Meet the Grams.
Meet the Grams.
When he was talking to the son, he talked to the mama, the daddy. He was talking to Aubrey Graham
and the baby girl.
Yeah, that was like, I'm in my zone. I'm in the dark. But then he said, you know what? I'm gonna give him a bop because he ain't expecting this. That fool drank some Hennessy.
Yeah.
He went in the actual studio with hella bitches. DJ Mustard A. He started dancing while he was rapping. That's how I felt like how the songs went.
He like channeled Nipsey. And
he showed
Tupac and like he channeled niggas like.
He had his Dickies on. Man. He had his what is it, the
Cortezes and shit.
Yeah, he had that on.
He had Nike Cortezes
like a fucking Vato, and he had his glasses on, and that nigga started rapping. He sounded ready.
Yeah, for real. There's a lot that has gone into this. I feel like a part of me does feel like that it's not over. I think we'll get responses, like I said, or like feelings about things, or talks about it, or inklings even. It could be subliminals on the album that we do get from Kendrick this year, because it is proposed. Let's keep fingers crossed. But again, that man can take his time. I don't give a fuck. Drake, let me ask you this: does he recover?
Yeah, he's just that person. He got a lot of white people behind him. He'll be fine. I'm pretty sure his record company said, "Hey, K-Dot,
the machine behind him.
Can you leave us alone? Because we losing a little money. We losing a little coin." I think he's gonna recover, just like he did with Pusha T. Just give him a little time. He doesn't need a lot of time either. Give him a little bit. At the summer, he's gonna be talking again. I think this is kind of the end a little bit. I think if you're right and Kendrick comes out with the album during the summertime, he's gonna address it again. I feel like Drake is gonna be smart enough not to reply. Drake's gonna just do his thing again. He's gonna go back to being that certified lover boy, making the music that got the bitches dancing and shit like that. And that's what he's gonna do. That's what I think.
Interesting.
But Kendrick gonna come out as a beast, and I think Just Not Like Us has just solidified him as, I am versatile. I can give y'all shit to dance to, but I'm also this nigga that's going to give you facts. I'm going to give you history lessons. I'm going to give you this monotone voice because that's me and I'm not changing.
Okay. I can respect that opinion. I like that. That. Now, I'll say this. Do I think Drake recovers from this?
I do.
He's maimed. He's maimed. If we're gonna use a metaphor, he took an IED and he's lost a limb.
Yeah.
He's lost a limb. Now he's gonna recover, so they're gonna put a little
he's gonna have a
nice
cane
little titanium joint on there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's gonna be real spiffy.
He's gonna be fine.
He's gonna get a clean little spit shine pause. But like the perception of Drake now, culturally speaking, is going to be completely different. It now feels like that's going to completely change, and I don't think he's gonna have the equity, the rapport, or the amount that he thinks he can pull from anymore.
I think so too, and even with like accusations, whether it's real or not, about daughter and being a pedophile, we're in the Diddy times right now.
None of this looks good for you.
It don't look. So that fool, he was very smart to do it, whether it's true or not. He said, "I'm gonna put it out there."
Yeah,
just like you said, I like to beat my wife.
Yeah.
And my girlfriend, my common law wife, like, okay.
All the things that Drake mentioned in any of his raps and things, everybody knew already if you listen to Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers. Everybody knew these things already because it's all addressed in the entire album. So then he made moot points. None of his points were made. And then we get to hear Kendrick finally call him a manipulator, master manipulator, a liar. That's one reason why I feel like Mr. Meet the Grams is so haunting, because those extra voices when he's like, "You lied about your perjury or your surgery."
Yeah.
Like, it's so crazy to me that he could take these things and write these down, that now that the culture understands and knows that's the kind of person Drake is, I don't think he's got the cultural cachet to deal with anymore.
He's gonna have to step on some eggshells a little bit. He gives me that he wilds out at parties, not caring who sees him because it's supposed to be all exclusive and shit. And Kendrick's in the corner just staring at him, kind of making a mental note.
Yeah, like, I don't like the way this nigga move.
Yeah, or like, we already kind of don't really fuck with each other, but I'll have something in my back pocket if anything goes down.
It definitely feels like that, and I'm interested to see how the rest of this goes down. I think we're not going to hear from Drake for a bit. If I don't think we're really going
to hear from Kendrick like that either until he wants to drop the album.
But we'll see how this goes. It's interesting. I think everybody combined in this space who went up against, or even more so, what even speaks louder to me are the ones who are his homies who haven't said anything.
No, because
the Nicki Minaj's and the little
they're like, I don't want to get into that.
I feel like Drake might be the bad guy in a lot of these situations.
They're like, because you open up old wounds that were true,
and everybody now is like, we just gonna sit back and watch this nigga get flogged. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? From the side. So
I think that Drake, if he learns it, if he's smart, he'll always have a plan A, B, and C when it comes to these rap battles. Because he thought that he can just put out this and that was going to be mic drop every time.
Yeah.
Kendrick, I think that he knows he did a mic drop with Not Like Us, but he has plan B and C. So if this nigga come back, I got more. I have a good, I'm 90% sure that this was the mic drop because I know this nigga.
Yeah. I totally agree with you. It was rumored that there's a 30-minute track.
Shit.
And I think it's cut to where each part of it is its own like 3 to 4 to 6 minute song. So he could just chop that whole thing up and throw it out if he wanted to. So, who knows? This shit is crazy.
You know what too? It was great when Kendrick came out and it was a 6-minute ass song. I was like, finally we get a little bit, we go back to some old ass music where we get the 5-6 minutes. And it made Drake, he did it on purpose. He made Drake have to rap that long.
Yeah.
If you're gonna rap me, bitch, you better come out with a 5, 6, 7, 8 minute fucking song, and you better be rapping.
These little 2-verse joints you do normally with these kids, not gonna work. Bro, ain't gonna work with me.
I said this is so strategic. Yeah. He's making you play his game.
Absolutely.
He's playing. He has to play your game.
Absolutely.
Oh, I got 6 minutes, and I was like, oh, Drake, well, you never do 6 minutes. Oh,
the mention that I'll go back to the metaphor we had earlier, where he is sitting back and watching him beef these other niggas because he already, like you said, it's all about the club tripping.
Yeah.
He already, or whatever space, it's all about that little exclusive spot.
Yeah.
Now he just watching and taking notes as this nigga moves. And as he does it, he's like, I'm gonna kill him with this, I'm gonna kill him with this, and I'm gonna kill him with this.
I love a nigga with receipts. If I need to.
He come for me. And it gotta be about rap. Keep it rap, we gonna keep it rap, brother.
I feel like that fool got a binder full of people, and every divider is somebody else.
Dog,
somebody else.
For real.
Don't fuck with me.
Man,
I got it.
It is.
He did good in school. That fool was very organized. He ready.
I was thoroughly satisfied and happy and proud of hip hop this past week, this past month. On all honesty,
it was so good. That's why I was like surprised when the old heads and people would say, like, "Oh, this is a disgrace." I'm like, y'all not real. Then you either not hip hop or you're forgetting where the fuck you come from.
Oh yeah. Because right now, this is what the culture honestly genuinely needed, because we were in that lull. And
yeah,
thank you, Drake,
and
thank you, Kendrick, and even Cole too in the middle of all that.
I think the old heads are used to these niggas with the skinny jeans and just not really rapping about nothing, like you said, mumble rapping and all that. So when they saw that, they was like, "Oh, we can't have this." Are you fucking kidding? With all the rap beef since the fucking 70s and 80s that y'all had, you guys gave us the blueprint.
Yeah,
don't act brand new.
Yeah, like if we're not gonna acknowledge Kool Modi and LL Cool J, then please get out of my face. You know what I'm saying? Please get out of my face.
Well, do you have any last words of wisdom before we head out? We talked a lot about this beef.
Yeah, when somebody warns you with some warning shots, listen.
You're like, go on.
Listen, when somebody says go play, don't play like me.
I'm warning you.
Hey, all right. When you hear that, all right?
Yeah. All right, bet.
I bet.
Yeah.
That trunk didn't been popped. You better run.
Well, remember, you guys, we drop our new audios every Friday on all streaming platforms, wherever you listen to your podcast. And remember, we are on YouTube at Ideally Though Pod every Sunday. Like, subscribe, hit the bell button.
Share them shits.
And we'll talk to you guys next week. Bye.
Yeah.